So now the last layer. First we'll make sure that these are all put in place. Okay, so we want to rotate these guys. Now we have to go back to what we did with the Mercury cube, because to do this, on the Venus cube we didn't have to deal with this because this was a fixed center. It was bandaged. This is non-fixed like we did with the Mercury. So as you recall, when you do the algorithm to flip these guys, we're also going to start bringing these guys up here, which can come back down if we position it appropriately. So I'm really not doing anything different than I did before. Actually, what I should do is probably put these guys in because they're not quite right. So once again, I'm going to put this here. I'm going to rotate it just to the side of a fixed side here as well until I see, until I see a green right next to the yellow. Orange rather. 1, 2, 3, and there it is. Okay, so easily fixed. So what I'm going to want to do is start doing the algorithm until I get my arrow formation, and I know how to maintain the arrow until I put this to the place up here that's going to put it right back in. So we'll put this in the proper place. I'm going to do it far away from one of these guys here, the fixed center. So F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I. And as previously threatened, these two ended up switching, but that's okay. As long as I put this here and do the algorithm, it'll come back. But let's see about getting the arrow. We don't have the arrow, but we're going to get it next. F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I. Okay. So here's the arrow formation. And if I move it here, as you know, we're going to get all of these flipped up, but this is not going to be back in place. The only time that that's going to be back in place is if it's over here. So as you recall, what I had to do was do the algorithm again, which will flip this around to the proper place, but maintain the arrow so that the next move can get it back. And to do that is we position it to where the left side of the tail is facing us. And I'm just going to do the algorithm again. It'll maintain the arrow, but this will be flipped, this will be rotated around. F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I. As promised, we still have our arrow, but this still isn't where it's supposed to be. So we're going to go once again to the left tail, left leg here, and do it again. F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I. Here's our arrow, still same problem. So point it here and do the same thing. F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I. Okay, here's our arrow now. The problem is we may be getting ourselves into a trap. F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I. And we are, because as long as this is here, that's going to be a trap. So when this happens, we're just going to have to move it back down. So I'm going to move this here, and we're going to move this back where it's supposed to be and start again, basically. F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I. So put this back down. It's kind of like controlled chaos, where there's certain things that we can control, certain things that we can't. So we have the arrow formation. I'm going to once again turn this to the left side and get this back up so that we can maintain the arrow and then put it back down. See what happens. F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I. And this is pretty good. We have our arrow, and this is right at the top, resting on top of the arrow. So the very next one, we'll put this back into place and rotate everything up. So F-R-U-R-I-U-I-F-I, and as promised, I delivered what I said I would do. This is all rotated up. We'll move this back. Now that we've done that, it's a matter of rotating these into position, rotating the outer edges. So we're going to do our rotational algorithm again, but to the side of a non-fixed center. And let's see where we're at. The ones that we're going to be moving into position is probably blue to blue. So light blue to light blue. Do it again. 2, 3, and down. And there it is, light blue to light blue. So now I'm going to move, I'm going to go over here, which will maintain this. This is fixed, and this is fixed. So it's just a matter of rotating these all around. 1, 2, 3, down. And all these are in. Alright, so now we're cruising. Now we've got these guys in. Now we just have to, in true Megaminx style, rotate these silver ones up, hold it to the side. This has to rotate clockwise. So as you recall, that's going to be R-I-U-I-R-U, R-I-U-I-R-U. Move this down. This is counterclockwise, U-I, oops, R-I-U-R, U-I-R-I-U-R. Rotate this clockwise. This has to rotate clockwise, R-I-U-I-R-U, R-I-U-I-R-U. Rotate this here, counterclockwise, U-I-R-I-U-R, U-I-R-I-U-R. And we did it. All this is fixed. By the way, if any of you, there's plenty of Megaminx tutorials that are out there, but if anyone would like or request that I do a Megaminx tutorial, if I'm doing it a little different, which I don't think that I am, let me know. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be adding anything new to the tutorial literature out there. So now that I have that, we want to start moving these in the proper place. These two are actually in the proper place, so we're going to focus on these guys here. I'm going to move this down. Boom, boom, boom. So I want to put this in where you have beige and pink. So move it where the beige and pink center is here. Boom, boom, boom. Now move it in where it's yellow, where it's orange and blue. Right here, down, down, down. Orange and green, right here, down, down, down. And you got it. You made short work of that. I hope. So anyway, putting in the inner triangles. Well, you're old hands at this. There's just a couple of rules of engagement that you have to understand. Same thing you saw on the Mercury, same thing that you saw on the Venus, same thing that you'll see in the Earth. But keep in mind that you're going to have a fixed center on top, and so too you want to coordinate it to where you're going to have a non-fixed center on top and a fixed one at the side. You also want to make sure that the one facing you is a fixed center as well. So this configuration will work. For instance, let's say I want to move it here. Even though this one is non-fixed, that's okay, because if you do a right permutation, you're not going to worry about this motion here. So this will go here, which is good. This blue will go here, which is good, and this will come up here. So once again, that algorithm, which you can probably do in your sleep now, R, U-I, R-I, F, R-I, F-I, R-I, puts that in here, move that over here, R-I, F-R, F-I, R-U, move that back down here, put that there, move that here. And it actually goes by, once again, a lot quicker than you might think. It looks like there's 100 to put in, but if you can do 2 at a time, then that'll make it obviously go quicker. Just an example of the left permutation once again, and I can do it from this perspective. I can do it with this one on top. So it really doesn't matter. You can put them in. You can put it with the white one on top as well. So let's actually do that just to show the left permutation once again. This to go here. This will go, well, its beige counterpoint is here, so I'm going to move this down here to go here. So this will go here, this will go here, and this will go up here. And this is the left permutation, L-I-U-L, F-I-L-F, L-I, so that's in. Move this across here, L, F-I-L-I, F, L-I-U-I, bring it down, so that's in, and bring it back. And again, it's also a lot easier to do a lot of movements that you think you're hopelessly deconstructing it, but you've got a lot of non-overlapping layers, so it's easy to put that back in. Alright, and we're just going to take it down to where we're almost finished yet again. Okay, so we're going to pick it up from here. I put all but a couple in. Again, didn't take me as long as you might think. So we're going to use it from this side. Here's my purple one. I'm going to put this over here. So this will go to here. This, I either need a pink over here or just any one that that doesn't quite belong. So here's a pink one here. So So really I just have 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. So this to here. Now if I just wanted to substitute a pink for a pink, I could just move this to the side, move this down, move this back. That way this can go here, this can go here, this can go up. And although it looks fairly almost scrambled, it really isn't. I'll show you why. So left permutation, L, Li rather, U, L, Fi, L, F, Li, puts that in place. Brings this back, L, Fi, Li, F, Li, Ui, down. Remember to bring this back. So now we just find our way back home. We remember that we turn this here and turn this up here. So you can see it becomes pretty intuitive from here. This comes here, this comes here. And now we have it down to 3, well, maybe 4. Might as well stick with this. Move this here, as it puts it just below a banded side. Put this here. So all of our criteria are met, as you can see. This will go here. This, well, we can either put it in a gray side or put it in another one that's out, but we can't conveniently do that. So what I'm going to do is just move a gray to here by moving it to the side like so, moving it down twice, 1, 2, and moving it back. And I can keep doing that. So Li, U, L, Fi, L, F, Li. Bring this back this way. L, Fi, Li, F, Li, Ui, and then an L, and then bring this back here. So turn this back here, move it in, back here and here. So what do we have left? It appears we just have 2, this one and this one. So what's the best way of doing that? Well, I can just jack this up here and actually do it twice. That way I've got this position down here, this position up here on a side that qualifies. So I'm going to move it here, this blue to blue, green. I'd like to put it in another dark green if I can. Any dark green actually. This one right here. This one will come in right into position. So this should be a game-ending puzzle-solving move. In a right permutation, R, Ui, Ri, F, Ri, Fi, Ri. That's in. 1, 2. Brings us to here. Ri, Fr, Fi, Ru. Brings it down. 1, 2. And just find our way home. This will come here. This will come here. And you have solved the Earth Megaminx. My suspicion is Mars probably isn't going to be too different. But I'll check it out and put something together if there is something to bear in mind or something that's different. So there you have it.